Okay, welcome into the Rob Gucci Show, everybody. I'm going to try this one more time today. This has been one of the biggest struggles doing a podcast I've ever had. This is the Rob Gucci Show. This was a show that was only on audio for the past year, and this is now on video. And we tried to do it. I was about 10 to 11 minutes into the show, and my computer died, which I told you it was going to. And it did. And it actually died when my search history was down. And one of the search history was, there was nothing on there, thank God. But there was a search history on there that said, how much is my Twitter account worth? And that was from today's Home by 3, where we were Googling our account worths live on the air. Swish's was fucking high. It was $90,000. Mine was like only 300, which I don't understand the math on that, but Swish, he's trending upwards. So congratulations to him. We are going to sell our accounts and put it in Roth IRA retirement funds and ride off into the sunset and retire. We are back. Shout out Seaford Patterson in the chat. Now, I don't know if the Gucci heads from the audio listeners are going to like this, how I'm doing it live, because sometimes I will talk to the chat. This all started, and I didn't even finish why. So the second time, my DoorDash driver, which you could see the bag behind me, couldn't get in the gate. So I had to end the stream again and go get his ass because they wouldn't let him in. Sometimes they're stingy. I don't know if it's because the political climate of the world we live in right now, but the gate has been very stingy recently, which is kind of a bitch, but it's also cool. Like, it's cool to be safe, in my opinion. It's cool. And I was talking about my Twitter feed earlier and how I'm just so tired of seeing stuff like people are trying to figure things out. And why is the FBI doing this? And why is CIA? And like, we're cracking the code and we're figuring out that the FBI isn't good. I don't want to know. And you can tell me that that's beta. You could tell me that I'm a pussy because I'm not kind of like trying to change things and fix Gaza and fix overfishing. That's the other thing. My computer died just as I was again bringing up that Chinese people are overfishing, but also the United States. There's a lot of people overfishing. And also, if you can see a dildo through the reflection of my glasses, my Twitter feed has a picture of a Porsche with a dildo in front of it. And this is exactly what I was talking about today. And it's on my For You page. And this is exactly what I was talking about earlier tonight when I was just saying that I'm tired of my Twitter feed right now, dude. It's out of control. It is a bunch of like politics stuff and people dying and people getting beat up. And I'm just kind of tired of it. I'm just like a little bit annoyed with my feed. It's exhausting. And it's like, I don't want to be ignorant to the fact that there's bad things in the world. I get it. Like, it's terrible, but there's just nothing I can do to help. Like, I just want to be in my lane. Like, I just want to go on vacation, like have a good time. And it's hard to do that when you're opening up the app and you're just seeing people getting shot in the head and you're seeing dildos. And the one good thing was that I pulled up my Twitter and Ali Ray was on the feed and the caption was like, I think I'm getting thicker. So that's like my Twitter feed. And it's just kind of like exhausting for me right now. Like, it's like my brain, I just want to get dumber a little bit. I just want to dumb myself down from like what's going on in the world because it's too much. It's too much for me to handle. I can't, like, within 30 seconds, I'm seeing people dead. I'm seeing models that are saying I'm getting thicker with pictures of themselves, which is fine. Like, that's like, hell yeah, dude. And then I'm seeing pictures of dildos stuck to the hood of Porsches. And it's just too much for me. And it's like, I have my own personal battles to deal with. My neighbors, I think they're getting pissed. I'm smoking pot on the balcony, even though it's like every other third night. I don't smoke too much recently. It's like a little treat for me, Every other night you go out there, you smoke one, you start thinking about um whatever, but I can hear them coming down the stairs and then they come outside and they go and they're trying to smell where the weed's coming from. It's coming from my place, but I don't want them to like get upset about that. So I just don't know if they're gonna file a complaint with the HOA. I don't know what. I just don't want the problems. There's way too many problems. Guy in the chat said, Gucci, you really wouldn't sell the X account for a bag. No, we talked about it on Home by 3 today, which is why people that didn't listen to that show were like, dude, you're gonna sell your account. No, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. It's like an outlet for me. It's like a way to. It's kind of like parting ways with something. Like I started that account in this account in 2012. Like I just don't think hypothetically. So I sell it for money, and then what? Like that, I just have to create a new account. Like I'm not gonna get off Twitter. That would be preposterous to get off Twitter. But it's hard to redo a podcast, but what we were talking about earlier, and what I was talking about earlier is just I want to be like dumbed down again. I don't want to know about how corrupt the deep state is. Like I just want to hopefully go on a nice vacation, enjoy myself. And I was just on a walk earlier today. I was talking about that as well, and I saw this like sick hawk, like it was huge. And I was also talking about, now I'm like telling you guys what I talked about. This is my third try at this podcast tonight. And I was just telling you guys, and by the way, chat, how is my audio? Because I'm using a different wire tonight. So if my audio is bad, just holler at me, holler at your boy. You can watch this YouTube at youtube.com/RobGucciShow /@RobGucciShow. And I don't know, man, I just get intrigued by things that are at the top of the food chain, whether it's sharks or whether it's hawks or a bald eagle or stuff like that. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. And I want to be thinking at that speed. I want to be thinking about birds and I want to be thinking about sharks. And I just don't, me personally, I can't handle knowing who the FBI is killing and the CIA and like all this shit. And it's like, I'm not built for that personally. And I know that I want to go back to when I was 5 years old and you look at politicians and you're just like, oh, dude, this dude is for sure going to clean up the park. He's going to get all the shit stains off the slide in the park. For some reason, people shit in parks. And you never really know why there's shit all over parks until you get older and you realize it's homeless people. But when you're a kid, you just kind of accept the fact that there's a lot of shit all over the park. And I want to go back to a time, and I know it's impossible, so it doesn't matter about saying this, but I want to go back to a time where you look up at these politicians and you're just like, yeah, like they want good things for it. And like, I don't want to know that like they're basically a violent street gang, which they might be. And that's no disrespect to big government or the deep state. Like you guys do your thing. I don't know about your drama. Like like on my Twitter feed, it's like, well, why is this guy doing this? Like why, the governor of California is sleeping with a man. And it's like, dude, there's reasons for deep state doing deep state stuff. I probably, right? And I just don't want to know. It's like being a kid and like, not my parents, because I come from a broken family, but it's like in the movies where the parents talk about, being intimate, and then the kids are just like, ew, mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want to be for the government. I don't want to know any of that. Close the door, lock it. I don't want to know. I don't want it. Someone in the chat just said, bros crashing out. This is not a crash out. This is the Rob Gucci show. It's been going on for a full year. I just don't do it on video on Twitter usually. So maybe it is considered a crash out, but this is usually how my show goes. Like I'm in my kitchen by myself, not eating my food that just got here because I had to cancel my last stream to go let the guy in because they wouldn't let him in the gate. But this is the Rob Gucci show. It's just me in my kitchen. That's pretty much it. So what were we talking about? The deep state, Chinese people overfishing. I DoorDashed a $45 bowl from this place. It's like a chicken bowl, rice, and all that bullshit. I want to be the dumb guy that's paying double the price on DoorDash and just live my life. I don't want to know what the deep state's doing. I don't want to know what Diddy's doing. I really don't. And I'll say it again. It's not from a standpoint where it's like I want to be ignorant to the fact that there's bad things going on, because that also comes off wrong. But it's just if I can't do anything about it, like the Chinese people overfishing, I'd rather just not know. You know what I mean? And I already have a solution for Chinese people, and we looked it up before I left. Japanese people are overfishing. What? Jamie, pull that up. What countries are overfishing? I'm going to read it back again. And my solution was make smaller nets, because they're not going to stop fishing. So just make the nets smaller and they'll catch less stuff. Like, that's my only kind of solution to that, is if you change the regulation size of the net, less stuff is going to go in the net, less stuff's going to get caught. But I like sushi too. So it's like, at what point, how much are we going to stop fishing? And yeah, DoorDash is just out of control, man. I'm not cooking tonight. I was on a huge cooking wave for the last 2 weeks, and I just because of my schedule the next couple of days, aka my sister being in town, we're probably going to go out to eat. So I just put 2 and 2 together. Maybe I shouldn't get groceries. So now I'm ordering $400 bowls, and you add guacamole, and it shows up, and the guacamole is completely brown. And you go on DoorDash support, and you argue with an Indian man 3,000 miles away on getting a refund and DoorDash credit because your guacamole was brown when it showed up, even though it's a completely normal process about avocado and guacamole because of the oxidation. Jamie, pull that up. Let's look that up, actually. Let's pull that up on Grok this time. Oh my God, what is this? Okay, climate change. We were talking about that last time. This is a non-political pie. Why does avocado get so brown so fast? Sometimes we look stuff up, but I haven't been on video, like I said. Oh. Okay. So somebody in the chat just brought up a good point. The problem isn't the nets with the overfishing. The problem is that 54% of the Chinese population fish as a profession. Yeah, that's the thing about fishing, is like we have to do it. Like, it goes back. It's just, at what point is it too much fish? Like, how much fish are we throwing out? How much sushi are we not finishing? Ironically, I don't know if that's the correct word, but I'm wearing a hat that says water lover right now. And I'm also wearing a sweatshirt with the hockey laces that are on it, which is probably most people would consider that an ick. But I really like the hoodie, and they were on sale at Mullet Arena. So I got a hell of a steal. It was $65 and like 40% off or something. I was like, what the fuck? $30 hoodie? Sign me the fuck up, dude. Okay, what were you talking about, guys? Avocado. You know what I love about the chat, actually, in doing this live, is that if I forget what I'm talking about, and that normally will be the case on the Rob Gucci show. I don't know how many of you in here are familiar with the show, but I go on, I'm talking to myself in my kitchen right now as a guy, for free. There's a guy with a sweatshirt on and no shirt under it. And I'm also fucking starving with my food in the background, but I want to do this show first. You guys can remind me if I ever forget about something, which I did. So let's pull that up, Jamie. Avocado. Avocados brown quickly due to oxidation and enzymic browning. When the fruit is cut, its cells are exposed to oxygen. I didn't even know avocados had cells, triggering a reaction involving the enzyme polyphenol oxidase. See, why can't this be on my Twitter feed? Just interesting things, man. Like, I just missed interesting things. That's what I want. I want interesting things. I want to see interesting things. I don't want to see people getting stabbed and killed. I know it happens. I get it. I grew up. My mom watches the news. People are on fire. Apartments in Brooklyn, they're always on fire. There are meth labs that are becoming on fire. There are bad situations between husband and wife, and the wife's setting the house on fire to get the insurance money. Like, I know there's bad stuff going on. I just don't need it spoon fed to me every day. And it's frustrating because I would love, if I saw a tweet right now and it just popped up my feed and said, avocados brown quickly due to oxidation because when you cut the avocado, the cells fucking, I didn't know avocados had cells. Now I do. You guys get where I'm seeing? You get where I'm going with this? And avocados have a higher PPO activity, which means that they're riper avocados. So when you cut an avocado, it cuts or mashes the cell walls and it allows oxygen to interact with the PPO. See, this is the kind of shit that I'm interested in, I guess. And what was the other thing that we were going to look up? Oh, how long is the wingspan of a hawk? See, I would love to just lay in my bed and look up stuff like this. And that's usually what I do. But for some reason, and like obviously the political climate right now is just not perfect. It just, and I swear, man, a lot of your algorithm is like what you click on. But I'm not clicking on this shit. And it's still coming up. This is a food science show. This is an overfishing show. And I don't want to keep talking negatively about China because I do. It's not like a China thing. I've never been there. I just know that at a very young age, one of the things that I was taught is that Chinese people are overfishing. And it's just engraved in my brain. And the chat brings up a good point. It's not because I'm searching these things on Twitter that's ruining my feed and making it violent and disgusting and dildos are popping up and everything like that. That's why, anyway, it's because they said they're listening to your phone. That's a good point. They are listening to the phone, which I don't know who's on the other end of that. Like, that is just a nightmare to have to listen to that all the time. You know? I don't know. And it's not like I hate Elon Musk way either. It's just this week, that's how hungry I am. My feed is just like, I just want to chill, dude. Like, that's it. I just want to chill out. And I can't because of the violence and it like needs to stop. It would be dope. But it's just not, I don't know if it's going to stop. I just don't see, like, what's going to stop first? What's going to happen first? The Sabres make the playoffs or the violence stops? I couldn't tell you that. I couldn't look you in the eye and give you what I actually thought because I don't fucking know. And that sucks. And it's like people are always beefing with everybody. And it's like, for what? That's the one thing, is that when you get in a conversation with like an Uber driver or something, it's like, why? Yeah, it's like the violence isn't going to stop, though. That's the thing. Like, it's always going to be there. And then, Taylor Swift's going to get engaged, and then that's going to be the main thing. And then it's going to go back to bad things. And I just feel like the feeds and the algorithms are getting too powerful. And it's also like big government and the deep state, like they're getting rattled that people are finding out things. And then there's certain people that want to find out things. And I think it was just better when ignorance was bliss a little bit. And it's like the age old question. It's like, are things getting worse Or are we just seeing more stuff? You know? Like, what's going on? How do I share this link on? Somebody said, should Kimmel have received the health bomb? I didn't see the details on that. Should we pull that up? What happened to Jimmy Kimmel? Pull that up. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. As of September 17, 2025, Jimmy Kimmel, the longtime host of... Is this the guy that did blackface that one time? Has not personal any health issues. Okay. His late night show was suspended indefinitely following intense backlash over comments he made. Yeah, I don't want to talk about this. I don't know what he said about it. I talked about Charlie Kirk thing on my Patreon. I mean, I'll sum it up for you. I essentially just said, I think that it's crazy. I was just talking about how it's crazy to see people celebrate death like that, like a guy that got murdered in front of his wife and kids, and people were just stoked. And I don't even agree. I didn't really know too much about him. And I didn't really agree. I didn't agree with everything he said and stuff like that. But that's what I said. That was the extent of my comments on the situation. I was just like, whoa. People are like stoked about this. Really, like, I don't know. I think about the kids, man, you know, but let's change the subject. I didn't know that this was I didn't know that this is what this was about. Somebody said something happened to Jimmy Kimmel. I look it up and it has to do with that incident. And I just like, I don't, I'm hungry right now. The chat said that Jimmy Kimmel tried to say that the guy who assassinated him was a Republican. See, look, this is kind of like exactly what I'm talking about, is that I'm too dumb to be taking in all of this information to where there's so many layers for it of it. I could barely get my DoorDash driver through the gate 25 minutes ago. And I just like, I can't, like, I don't have the mental bandwidth to process like the Diddy files and Epstein. And it's just, I feel like it's just not my role. Like, I'm just a bottom six guy. I'll chip the puck out. I'll block a shot every now and then, but I just like don't know what to do about our vegetables being sprayed with pesticides and stuff like that. I just don't understand. I don't know. I just don't know what to do. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just being honest with you guys. I know this isn't the best show, and I'm sorry. Um, uh, for some reason, I'm just really not good at doing the Rob Gucci show on video. I don't know if I'm just in my own head. I don't know if it's because my computer died, and then I started to stream back up, and then my DoorDash driver couldn't get in. I had to cancel the stream, go get him, go get my food, and then start the stream again. But I'm really having a difficult time with this podcast right now. And I don't know what to do about the Diddy files. That's my other concern here. And I get it that people are prying the government open like a can of tuna and they're peeking in. They're kind of like seeing like, whoa. And then they're like putting it on Reddit and then it's like leaking on the Twitter. And I'm just kind of like, whoa, like, I don't want to see my parents fuck. That's the analogy that I'm going to use. Someone in the chat said everyone is too dumb to do anything with the information, but hasn't stopped a single person from giving their opinion. That's like where I'm at. And I think it's like, it's cool to, everyone has an opinion, but sometimes I feel like people like it's like Chinese people and overfishing. Like they're over opinionating. Like for me, I take a lot of pride in just being like, I don't know, I'm too stupid for that. Or if somebody says like, how do you feel about like something egregious, like something like how do you feel about what's going on with you know, the government drone striking innocent cruise ships in, George Bush is calling drone strikes on Carnival cruises to take out black people. I don't know if that's actually happening, but there's a lot of drone striking going on. There's an African food crisis. I just like don't have an opinion on everything. I'm just like, I don't know. You get what I'm saying? I just don't know. And a lot of people they think they have to know. That's the thing. And I don't even know about this. I don't even know about over knowing about things. I don't even know about opinions. I just don't, I'm not smart enough for that. It's like Elon Musk is trying to be interplanetary. He's like, mate, we have to go to another planet because we're going to fuck this one up. We got to go to the next one. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Like, I hope my grandkids or whatever have like I hope they get a good piece of land in the different planet. Like, that's the best I could do. I don't know. I don't know. That's not. That's cool and all. I get it. Like, the planet, there's a lot of bad things going on. I just don't know what to do about it. I guess it's like a feeling of overwhelm. I guess that's what it gets back to my Twitter feed, which was the whole. Yeah, and the chat brings up a great point. Like, we're not supposed to know. Like, we're not supposed to know. Like, it reminds me of all the divorces that I can think about right now, and I don't want to name names on which ones, but it's like sometimes you just don't know. Like, maybe things weren't going well in the bedroom, and you're like, wow, they were so good together. But then what if they're not? You're not supposed to know. It's just some things you're not supposed to know. And I guess that's like what happens to me when I see my Twitter feed and I refresh it. And I just refreshed my Twitter feed at the beginning of the show, and there was a dildo stuck to the hood of a Porsche. And do I want to see that? No, but I would take that over seeing like heinous crimes, I guess is what I'm saying. This is not a good show. This is supposed to be a funny show, a lighthearted show. I'm talking about dildos on Porsches. This is a nightmare. This is going so bad. I can't believe how bad this show. I can't believe anybody listens to this show. Somebody said, don't let your food get too cold. Yeah, it's right there. And I'm so hungry right now. I'm dizzy. Someone said, can you order Arby's and eat it on stream? I did that on Patreon one time. I was in a hotel room by myself eating Arby's with my shirt off on Patreon. I can't believe I did that. I did go like above the nipples though, like the camera, like it wasn't anything like, and I did it because I lost a bet. That's on patreon.com/Rob Gucci Show. That's kind of where I get, that's actually what this show is like right now. Like, this show's supposed to be funny, and that's more of like a different side of me. Kind of like, not like serious, but I'll be talking about stuff, And this is supposed to be like a good time. This is supposed to be like if we were on a date and I was like trying to like not get too serious. And then the Patreon is like if we were on a date, but your dad was there. I'm kind of like a little buttoned up a little bit. Right. Like, I'm not saying like I can't wait to get back to the house and just fucking, like that. That's actually one of the most, that's the analogy I'm at. This show is supposed to be funny and lighthearted and like a date with me and you. And the Patreon is a date, but your dad's there. So I'm kind of like not going to say retard as much. And I'm not going to talk about Chinese people overfishing, I think the chat might be too distracting to do Gucci Show on here. I really do. I don't want to say that in a bad way, too. I love the chat. But also, I just realized I didn't even post. See, this is where I'm at today, guys. I didn't even post the link to this on Twitter. But I'm going to do it right now live on the air. How do I do this? Copy the link. Live right now, talking about Chinese people. Live right now, talking about China and Spain overfishing. Because Spain was overfishing too. I didn't know that about Spain. I didn't know they were overfishing over there. I didn't know that's another thing we were going to look up before my podcast stream ended twice. We were going to look up the amount of water on the Asian border, because I didn't realize that China had that much water around it. I'm going to look up how much water is near China. See, I don't know how to do this. China possesses significant water resources with about 2.8 trillion cubic meters of fresh water. I don't know what that means in terms of like, is that a lot? Yeah, Steve says, can we go back to the China talk? Well, we're here. We're at the China talk right now again. And I was trying to figure out how much water is near China. It never occurred to me that the United States is actually a dope piece of real estate. Like, there's water on all the sides besides the north. So you can't get attacked unless it's like from pirates. And that ain't going to happen. Not with our Navy. Not with our Coast Guard. Our Coast Guard would fuck pirates up. I figure, because they haven't been here. Pirates. That's actually a good thing to go up. Have pirates. We'll pull that up. Jamie, pull that up. Okay. That's actually a really good one. All right, let's use Grok. What was the question again? We were talking about pirates. Have pirates tried to attack the United States? I don't think they do, because pirates, they attack other boats. Oh, damn. Pirates have attacked or threatened United States interests historically. That doesn't count, though, because they're going to say, like, they tried to go to Puerto Rico. Though large-scale attacks on the U.S. mainland are rare. Yeah, pirates ain't going to the mainland. Like, you pull up on the Coast Guard, and all those guys have calf tattoos, and they're all yoked. Like, pirates are just not that's not gonna be okay. Modern era. Direct pirate attacks on the U.S. mainland have not occurred in modern times. Wow, the pirates have not been over here in modern times. Due to strong naval defenses, we do have a good zone defense in the United States and international anti-piracy efforts. However, incidents like the 2009 Maersk, Alabama hijacking by Somali pirates involved U.S.-flagged ships. The U.S. Navy responded decisively, rescuing the crew and killing or capturing the pirates. Such incidents occur far from U.S. shores, typically in high-risk areas like the Horn of Africa. Right on Africa's Horn. There are no documented cases of pirates directly attacking U.S. soil in the modern era. Holy shit. That is a crazy defense from the United States. That is almost unbelievable. Not even one. Not even like in the Florida Keys. Because the Florida Keys, I feel like, would be the easiest place to attack. Like, people are old. They can't see. They're coughing into napkins. They're hacking shit up. They're watching Fox News. I just don't. That's wild that the United States has that good of defense. I did not realize that. That's incredible. That's unbelievable defense. Like, no mainland attacks. Like, not even one. That's kind of telling me that pirates have fallen off a little bit. I kind of want to see what this was about, though. The 2009 Maersk, Alabama hijacking. Like, that sounds crazy. Let's look that up. Somalian pirates. Like, what are y'all doing over in Alabama? The 2009 Maersk, Alabama hijacking was a significant piracy incident involving a U.S.-flagged ship, the first of its kind in over 2 centuries. April 8th, 2009, a container ship carrying cargo, including food aid for East Africa, was attacked by 4 pirates? You had a bigger crew than that. Oh, but it was in the Indian Ocean, dude. I want to know if pirates were coming over here. I don't care about that. The Navy was quickly deployed. Oh, wow. They actually got these pirates. The pirates, operating from a skiff, boarded the ship using small boats and automatic weapons. The crew of 20 Americans resisted, disabling the ship's engines to prevent the pirates from taking full control. Dude, imagine it's 2009 and you're getting attacked by pirates. That's probably wild, man. You're probably just like, wait, what? Like, what do you mean? There's pirates? Like, I thought it was a myth. Most crew members hid in a secure room. Are you guys seeing this shit? Most crew members hid in a secure room. Okay, so these 4 pirates get on this ship and the crew hid, but the ship's captain, Richard Phillips, was taken hostage by the pirates. Jesus fucking Christ, who fled with them in a lifeboat. The U.S. Navy was quickly deployed with the destroyer USS Bainbridge. Arrived on the scene. Negotiations ensued to secure Phillips' release. Oh my God. How much did they pay to get him back? This is unbelievable. I had no idea this happened. Why isn't this on my Twitter feed? After 5 days, U.S. Navy SEAL snipers from the USS Bainbridge killed 3 of the pirates with simultaneous shots when it appeared Phillips's life was in imminent danger. Why is this not a documentary? The 4th pirate, Abdulwali Muse, was captured. That's tough for Abduli, but at least he didn't get shot, like in his defense. I just can't see this. I can't even believe that there's people out there that are my age or younger, probably, they're snipers in the army, and you're just like, yo, captain got taken in the Indian Ocean. We got to go get his ass. And then snipers get deployed, and they fucking like killed the pirates because it said that it appeared that Phillips's life was in danger. So they probably had him like in a armbar or in a chokehold with a gun to his head, like, give us the money or we're gonna kill him. But the snipers took their ass out. Captain Phillips was rescued unharmed. That's pretty wild. Muse, crazy last name for a pirate, was taken to the United States, tried, and sentenced to 33 years in prison for piracy and kidnapping. Imagine going into Slammer in San Quentin, California, and they're just like, what are you in here for? And you're just like pirate shit. You wouldn't get it. Someone in the chat said this has to be a bit. Is Rob Gucci trolling? I'm not. It's on the screen right now. If you're looking at it, I have it pulled up. These are facts about what happened. I'm not making this up. So this dude went to prison for 33 years for piracy. He's probably almost out right now. Good behavior. The hijacking was a rare event. Oh, there is a movie about this. It's called Captain Phillips. When does this dude get out of prison for being a pirate? That's what I want to know. When does... I hope he doesn't listen to this. When does this guy get out of prison? Abdulwali Muse, the Somali pirate captured during the 2000. I'm so hungry right now, guys. I'm dizzy. I'm going to get off this soon. He was sentenced on 2011 to 33 years and 9 months in prison. Pled guilty to being a pirate. His projected release date is 2038. Oh, okay. So maybe he doesn't get good behavior. Because I feel like you can get good behavior and you only have to do some of the time. Or maybe that's just for low-level crimes like stealing from Walmart or something. So he's going to get out in 2038, but then he's going to get deported back to Somalia, I guess. Oh my God. During his incarceration, Musa's earned a GED and expressed remorse for his actions in court. Well, good for the lad for getting a GED, right? Like, everyone can change, even if you're a pirate. Is it actually the I'm the captain now guy? Is that what this is about? Am I the biggest idiot? That's this story? What is I'm the captain now? Oh, so he took the cap. Oh, man. I did not know that this is the. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is about the same hijacking that I'm talking about. I did not know that. I did not know that. All right, guys. This has been the Rob Gucci Show. I'm sorry. This is a struggle, but it'll be out in audio right away. And then it'll be out on YouTube at youtube.com/@Rob Gucci Show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Shout out to the chat, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat this fucking $44 chicken bowl. Thank you, chat, for joining. I appreciate all of you. Shout out Sarge, Ajor, Dante, Pavel, Eddie Beer. Shout out to Owen. I'm gonna tell him just shouted you out. Shout out to who else is in here. Shout out to Joe Rosen. Someone just said, Bob, thoughts on Mongolian people. We're gonna do that next time because I gotta eat. All right, guys, love you guys. Show tickets are out now. Milwaukee, December 3rd, or sorry, Chicago, December 3rd at the Comedy Improv in Chicago. December 4th in Milwaukee at the Milwaukee Improv. December 10th in Pittsburgh at the Pittsburgh Improv. It's a live show. Myself, Jordan Schmaltz, Jay Swish. Tickets are on sale now on our Instagram at instagram.com/homeby3. Homeby3 official. Buffalo, those tickets will be out soon, hopefully this week. Canada, Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa. Those tickets are going to be out soon. Calgary, I think. Merch is at Homebuy3. It's too much stuff to promote. Homebuy3.shop is where the merch is at. That's going to ship very quickly. All the pre-sale stuff is going out the week of September 22nd. And then if you order right now, that shit's going to go out right away. Appreciate everyone that supports. It's huge. This show is on Rob Gucci Show on audio, and I do it multiple times a week. Trying it out on video. Didn't go that great today. What else? I think that's it, guys. NHL season coming up, dude. And we out of here. All right. Love you guys. Bye. This is going to be